I am suing my university because they have violated my rights to free speech as granted under the Constitution. So this all sort of started back in 2019. It was around September. I got an email just saying, we're bringing this case against you before the Professionalism Committee. They only gave me really a weekend to sort of prepare for my hearing. So all of that Friday, I was researching any and every possible institution that might be able to help me. And luckily, I was put in contact with FIRE. I told them my story. I apologized for the inconvenience of how short on time I was, but I let them know every single thing that had happened to me, and they said that they believed in my case and wanted to help me through it. So I think the moment I realized I was going to have to sue is when I received the letter to dismiss me from the program, and instantly I knew I was going to move forward with a lawsuit. So at first it was sort of disheartening because I felt really targeted and attacked, really since I got into the program from the start of August 2019. So it just brought everything to a boiling point. What would keep me up the most is just the uncertainty of it all. Having my future sort of left in the hands of not only the Professionalism Committee, but really other students who are the ones reporting, my page, my tweets, pictures. And so I was just really hurt because I didn't feel like I did anything to anyone to deserve being targeted in that manner. I'm not doing these things on the clock while at work. Once I'm off the clock in my home, leave me alone, basically. For me, growing up, just being a darker skinned Black woman, it was always sort of portrayed not alone in the media, but just in different social settings that I wasn't good enough, I wasn't pretty enough, no one really wanted to hear what I had to say. And so growing up, it was always a struggle to find my place and my voice. And so once social media came around and I found this outlet, I was ecstatic to be able to voice my opinions and my thoughts. And, I know I'm going to be judged on some of it, but a lot of the times people agree. And so it just felt like a good way for me to finally be able to express myself. And so it's so important to me to just have my voice because, like I said, people that look like me are often told, be quiet, stay in the back. And that just does not suit my personality. So who is Kimberly? So I would say that I'm outspoken, I'm intelligent, not to toot my own horn, but I think I'm really funny in conversation at least. And really, I'm just a student who wants to get their degree in peace. I mean, there was some doubts while this whole thing was taking place of whether I need to just transfer. But then I started thinking, there's no reason why I should be removed. And there's no reason why I should pack up everything and have to find another school to transfer to just because some students in my program have an issue with me. They're not even brave enough to talk to me face to face. I'm most certainly not gonna, tuck my tail in between my legs and go running from some anonymous group of bullies. It's sort of a parallel to how certain individuals use their white privilege to target Black people when they call the police for frivolous claims. It's similar to that situation in which I'm a Black student, you're making anonymous reports on me. You know what you're doing when you do that. And so I'm hoping that that will stop and end because no one deserves to be targeted in that way. So I was at the University of Chicago, and that school really sort of just mentally kicked my ass. I don't know if I can say that, but I made it through the program, graduated with my biological sciences degree. And when I started doing more and more research, I found the niche of nuclear pharmacy, which really just spoke to all of my interest, is like being in the lab and compounding, things of that nature. And so I decided, okay, this is the field I want to be in. Now let's look for schools. So at this time, my family and I have relocated to Alabama, and UT was close. It's a big school. I heard great things. And so I said, okay, well, let me apply, see what happens. And it's actually the only school that I applied to. Not to be overconfident, but I was like, yeah, I'm feeling myself. My grades are good. I can do this. And so I was extremely excited when I got accepted, and I really wanted this to be a pleasant chapter in my life, but they have just not let it be a good experience for me. And so, like I said, that's disheartening, but no matter what happens, I'm determined to finish my degree and be a successful pharmacist. I think once you're in college or graduate programs, you're just trying to do everything you can to make it in class, make it in your future profession. And you really have to shut out a large part of yourself sometimes. And I don't think that that's fair to ask anyone to deny who they are as a person just because of the profession that they choose. I've never been the type to be bullied or allow anyone to bully me or allow anyone to scare me off. And so I'm sort of fueled by that to fight for myself, stand up for myself whenever anyone confronts me. And so I really want students to know that your voice does matter. I'm taking a stand and speaking up for myself, but not just me, other students who have been in this sort of predicament and who have unfortunately been bullied into silence or even been forced to withdraw because they were so fearful of their administration. I really want my legacy to be one that says, hey, you can be as excellent in any chosen field, but you can also still have your personality and your life outside of work.